Good day, everyone. Welcome to Discipline Agile Scrum Master Program Overview Session. I'm Sandeep from Agility Academy. I'm one of the senior Agile coach working with Agility Academy. In this Discipline Agile Scrum Master Overview session, we are going to explore why Discipline Agile approach is important in today's world. What is Discipline Agile Toolkit? What are the different six Discipline Agile delivery life cycles? How in this particular program you are going to understand different skills, tools, and techniques when it comes to choosing way of working at a team level based on given context, and how to evolve way of working when you are supporting team as a scrum master or agile team lead. At the end of this session, we are also going to share how you can take your journey to the next level. So let's begin. Now, agile, lean, it's quite popular in the industry since several years. However, many places agile is not getting popular because of some reasons. There's no one size fit all, there's no silver bullet. And that's why any attempts which have been made to make agile standardized across the organization without understanding team's context, without getting everyone on board, there is huge amount of resistance to change. And using Discipline Agile, we are going to explore in this course how you can tackle that resistance to change, how you can take a context driven approach, how you can understand what challenges, problems teams are facing, and then come up with something which is going to help team bring in better outcome. So in this program, you are going to explore Discipline Agile Toolkit in detail. So Discipline Agile Toolkit is not a framework. It's not a framework like Scrum, Kanban, or SAFe. It is a toolkit that focuses on the decisions which needs to be made by the team given a context, different options which are available to the teams, and how team can select specific option based on the given context. So Discipline Agile Toolkit, which we will be explored in this program, will help you understand how to effectively combine strategies from Scrum, Kanban, SAFe, and so many other frameworks given a context. It also helps you as a Scrum Master, as a Agile team leader, to bring in value to the market soon. It also helps you to ensure that customers, your employees, or team members are happy whenever that value is getting delivered faster. Now, when you talk about Discipline Agile, it has got six delivery life cycles, and you'll be exploring all those six delivery life cycles in this program. You'll be starting by looking at what is Agile, what is Lean, what is continuous delivery Agile, continuous delivery Lean, how that can help you to deliver solutions or products to your customers consistently, iteratively. You'll be also looking at the experimental based model, delivery model called as Lean Exploratory Life Cycle, which is typically used in an environment where you are not sure about the customer, or you are not sure about the market or what kind of problems you are solving. And then you'll be also exploring Discipline Agile Program Delivery Lifecycle, which is typically used in the context where you need to create a big solution by involving 50 to 125 team members. So let me explain the first delivery lifecycle, which is Discipline Agile Scrum or Continuous Delivery Agile Lifecycle. In this life cycle, as a Scrum Master, you are expected to support team to plan their work in short iterations. Iteration is nothing but a time box, and that time box can be 1 week, that can be 1 month. So you will understand that how you can help support team to break that big chunk of work into small chunk of work, how you can support product owners and team members when it comes to prioritizing work, and then coming up with a roadmap against which team members can work. So there will be daily stand up or daily sync coordination meeting, which you are expected to facilitate. You'll learn how to do that. Uh, you will also understand that how iteration planning or sprint planning event need to be conducted, what kind of things, practices need to be put in place. In this particular delivery life cycle, expectation is that at the end of every time box, 2 weeks or 1 month, whatever is selected, you demonstrate that working solution to your customer. You seek feedback from them, and then eventually you release that to customer in the marketplace. So that's a discipline agile delivery life cycle, which is agile or scrum based life cycle. The another one which you'll be exploring in this particular course is called discipline agile delivery lean or kanban based life cycle. Here, unlike agile or scrum life cycle, you won't be able to plan work in advance. Consider situations where you are working in an emergency department or hospital, or fire brigade department. Now you can't plan and predict what work you need to do. It's quite dynamic. If you're working in a contact center, there will be customers who are calling you with a different unique problems, and you can't predict and plan everything in advance. So in such situations where scope is not defined well in advance, where things are quite changing, emerging, then this lean Kanban based life cycle is used, where you pull work as a team based on your available capacity. And again, when it comes to doing work, there might be different classes of services or different type of work. There can be work which has got fixed date against which you need to deliver. There might be market launch which needs to happen, or there might be regulatory requirements. You need to have certain things in place by certain date, or it might be some changes which needs to be expedited. Like if there is a customer who is complaining about, or there are many cases where there's an outage or customers are not being able to properly serve, then you want to fast track that and then take it forward. So this is a lean Kanban based life cycle where you will be not planning work, but you'll be pulling work based on new priorities day in, day out, and then you'll be delivering it to the customer as and when it's ready. Another life cycle which you'll be learning in this program is Discipline Agile Lean Exploratory Life Cycle. This is based on Eric Ries's book, The Lean Startup. If you haven't read it, I'll recommend you to read it. So in a situation, in an organization where you are acting as a Scrum Master or Agile team leader, it might happen that your teams are working on unique solution. They are coming up with a unique product, and that product or solution is not tested in any market. Or as organizations, you never created such type of product. Now, in such cases, rather than putting all your money on big initiative, what do? You create an experiment, lean experiment. So here you come up with your initial idea, you build small, even though you're thinking big, you deliver that to the customer, you seek feedback from the customer, you observe whether whatever you have created is helping customers to solve their problems or realize those opportunities. If you get positive feedback and it makes sense to expand, then you'll productize that idea. That means, if you're launching it something in one city, you'll launch it across country or different territories. If that idea is not giving desired results and there is not really positive customer feedback, then what you can do, there are two options. Either you might be targeting wrong customer, or you might be trying to launch your product or solution in the wrong marketplace. In such cases, you can you can change the whole value proposition and then launch it again. Or you can drop that idea then and there based on your new insights, because as a startup organization where you have got limited funds, you don't want to reach a situation where you can't survive as a company without making some profit. So this life cycle is typically used when you are dealing in a complex situation where product itself or customer and market in which you are going to launch that product is unknown. Then you'll be using this life cycle, you'll be supporting team by leveraging this life cycle as a Scrum Master. Another life cycle, it is called Discipline Agile Delivery Program life cycle. This life cycle is applicable only when you work in an environment wherein your team is part of a larger team of teams. Agile need to be implemented at scale. So that big solution cannot be delivered by one, two, or three teams. You need at least 5 to 12 teams who need to come together to create that big solution. Just imagine that if you are a bank and you are going to launch a new website, and through which banking customers are going to be served with new products and services, you will be requiring multiple teams. Someone who will be looking into the customer interfacing, or things which will be available to customer to see what market offerings are there. There will be another team who might be looking at the business logic or how all that information which is shared by the customer is handled. And then there will be few other teams who will be storing customer information from different angles in a customer relationship management tool or database. So that's an example from banking. If you're working in a let's say aeronautical industry, right? If you are coming up with a new new product, now in that case you require to build those different parts, and you will be expecting multiple teams to be involved. Now in such complex situations where you need to apply agile at a scale, you need to involve 5 to 12 teams, 50 to 125 team members. Then this discipline agile delivery program lifecycle is used, where at a team level you will be using uh, uh, certain practices or frameworks such as Scrum or Kanban. However, all those teams are synchronized. They follow same cadence. That means they start and finish their work in a small time box at the same time, and they talk same language. They have got same taxonomy. So that's a discipline agile program lifecycle, which you'll be exploring in this program, and how you can help team to build that big solution. In this program, once we have learned about what is discipline agile, why it's important, next step, and what are different life cycles, next step is how you can understand the context. So as a scrum master, when you are talking with your team, you need to talk in their language. You need to understand their context. And that is something which you'll be able to learn to identify using tactical scaling chart or spider diagram. So this is exactly what you will be learning, which is going to act as your one of the important toolkit when it comes to supporting teams and helping them to identify their problems. So there are different scaling factors which are there. First one is team size. So are you going to support a team where you just require 10 to 12 team members, or are you talking about a big program where 100 plus team members needs to be involved? How those team members are currently located? Are they coming from the same city or same time zone, or are they located across world? Remember, as a scrum master, when you are going to support teams, as an agile leader, when you are supposed to help team to grow, these factors are going to play crucial role. So it's important for you to understand where is that team currently standing. If it is geographically distributed, then how much time overlap is there? If there's not much time overlap, then as a scrum master, you need to come up with different strategy. You might want to leverage more video conferencing tools, live interactive tools, virtual whiteboarding tools like Miro, Mural, so on and so forth. Another scaling factor which is important when it comes to supporting teams is organizational distribution. So are those team members coming from the same organization, same department, or are you expecting someone to be hired as a contractor? Or is some part of the work need to be delivered by your vendors or suppliers? So these things also play crucial role in order to understand the context and support team during agile journey, because different people have got different experience. So if you have got someone coming as a contractor, someone who are permanent employee, someone who is part of the vendor organization, they might bring different culture, different understanding of agile. So it's important to understand the mix. Another angle is skill availability. If you're going to start team from scratch, or even if it's a well established team, you need to understand what are the core skills required within your team as a scrum master, and how you can leverage those skills to create a high performing team. So if skills are not easily available, or it's something which is very difficult to acquire, then you will need to look into different challenges when it comes to supporting team. Compliance scaling factor or compliance tactical scaling factor help you to understand when it comes to defining the ask, when it comes to documenting customer needs, what kind of processes you need to follow. If you are working in a startup organizations or organizations wherein there's not a lot of regulatory requirements, probably as a scrum master, when you are coaching product owner or team, you don't need to worry too much about documentation. However, if you are working in a highly regulated environment like banking industry, or you are working in the industry where security compliance is quite important, then there will be additional requirements, there will be additional challenges which you need to deal with. So that's a compliance angle. Solution complexity is all about, if you are creating a big solution, are you going to create a solution from scratch, or are you going to add on top of existing solution? Are you going to replace existing solution with new solution, or are you going to make some changes? What kind of technology you are going to use? So these things are going to create a lot of opportunities to coach or mentor and train your team members in the agile journey, and at the same time you might understand what kind of challenges they might face when it comes to creating or building that solution. Domain complexity scaling factor is one which will help you to understand the domain. So are you working in the domain wherein there is an existing product which is used by our existing customers? We are just changing the way it's offered. Or are we talking about replacing existing system with a new system wherein customer needs, customer requirements are same? Only difference is that we just need to provide better customer experience. Or are you talking about coming up with a product or solution which no one has delivered, and you don't know what kind of response you will get from the customer? So this domain complexity plays a crucial role when it comes to, again, exploring scope, understanding customer needs, and addressing any changing needs by the customers. So these tactical scaling factors, a spider diagram, help you to understand the context as a Scrum Master. And this is what we are going to explore in detail in a Scrum Master program. Once you have understood the context, once you have learned 6 different delivery life cycles in detail, next area which will be explored in this program is how do you choose your way of working? How do you support your team to choose their way of working? Remember, in Discipline Agile Scrum Master course, you'll be exploring different delivery life cycles, different frameworks and strategies. So there is no one size fits all. There's no silver bullet. And that's the reason you need to step back and then see, based on this set of questions, what are you talking about the customer and their needs which are not understood? If answer is yes, you don't know, then probably you might want to suggest for teams to use lean exploratory life cycle. Are you working, or is there expectation that you'll be part of a large program where multiple teams needs to be involved? Then probably you'll go with the program. Is this a new project, or is this significant amount of work which needs to be done over several quarters, several months? If answer is yes, then you will have option again to decide whether you want to go with Scrum or you want to go with Lean. If there are changing requirements, you can't set priorities. You can't decide what need to be done over next 2 weeks or 1 week. Then you might want to go with a Lean or Kanban approach. Uh, when it comes to delivering things or releasing things to the customer, what is the need? Are you expecting to answer customer calls and resolve the issues immediately, or are we expecting to deliver things to customer once a week or once a 2 week? If that's the case, then you can go ahead with continuous delivery agile or Scrum or continuous delivery. So this particular flowchart we are going to explore in detail. There will be case study which Agility Academy has created based on our experience. So you'll be going through that case study in order to understand which life cycle is best fit in that given context. Plus, you'll be also doing your homework. As part of that, you'll be asked to do a bit of analysis about your current teams where you are working, or in any organizations where you worked in past, and then find out which life cycle you will recommend to team as a discipline agile scrum master. Now, in many cases or in many courses, journey stops when you have selected life cycles and understood what is the role, what are the responsibilities. Here, in discipline agile, it's a continuous process of improvement, and that's where you will go beyond certain frameworks and then understand what strategies, what options are available for you if you face any challenges while mentoring, coaching, or leading Scrum or Agile teams. And that's where we'll be looking at Discipline Agile Browser. So, a Discipline Agile Browser is a tool where you'll be looking at different phases, different goals, and find out, okay, if we are talking about forming a team, you are a scrum master and you want to form a team, what things needs to be considered? So you'll be looking into, this is called as a process goal, and these are the decision points. So you'll be looking at size of team. Okay, for this, how many team members do we require, or what should be the structure of team? Are we talking about a component team, feature team? What will be the source of team members? Are those team members already working within an organization, so you are just expecting them to work on something else? So that's one of the process goals. There are 24 process goals, and under each of those process goals there are several, I will say, hundreds of decision points and options which you will be learning. You'll learn how to explore all those things in order to support your team. Another process goal, which is quite often we found useful for Scrum Master, is evolving way of working. So even if you have established team, you need to continuously support, grow team members, and then help them to deliver better outcome by having this continuous learning culture. So all these 24 process goals will be explored in this Discipline Agile Scrum Master program. So that's about program overview. I hope you have liked it. See, there are so many things to be explored. It's a 2-day program, which is led by Agility Academy expert who has got at least 20 years of industry experience, coaching, mentoring Scrum Masters, product owners, Agile delivery managers, and so on and so forth. If you are interested, if you think this is the right fit for you, then you can scan QR code which is mentioned here. Alternatively, you can refer link which is mentioned in comment section. If you still have got any questions, you can reach out to us by dropping an email at team@agilityacademy.com.au, or you can WhatsApp, Telegram us at +614518111164. If you are based in US, we have got US phone number to reach out to as well. That's it for today. Thank you so much and wish you good luck.